Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, you can see that the market sentiment has again dwindled into the negative zone, 23,721 for the Nifty. Although that 23,700 mark is still here with us, but we have slipped to the low point of the day right now. Only 4 sectors that are holding up today. FMCG, autos, oil and gas and the realty spaces. Rest all of the sectors have slipped into the red. Small caps of course 0.3% higher, but the mid caps are down in the red as well. In terms of the Nifty Bank as well, there's a 0.2% of a loss. All the 3 segments have now slipped in the trade. When we look at the top movers on the Nifty, Tata Motors is now up nearly 2% at 735. Adani Enterprises, Trent, Britannia, ITC, Dr. Reddy's and BPCL are some of the counters that are moving up. But on the lower side, you have Titan, Power Grid, Hindalco, SBI Life, JSW Steel as among the top losers as of now. We'll get our guest on board to help you understand the current market trend as well as what to expect going forward. We have with us Kush Godasara, market expert, who's joining in. Kush, warm welcome. Good afternoon. It's been volatile, from yesterday as well as today in the truncated week of action. Your sense of will this volatility continue to escalate further as we head into the last expiry of 2024 now?
Good afternoon. Definitely, I think volatility will be on the peak. I guess you look at the even stocks which have good news are are in pressure. For example, Bharti Airtel had some good numbers yesterday, subscriber number. Still, we are facing some pressure in the stock price. So I believe volatility will continue. But yes, stock specific rotation will continue. So it will be difficult to pick up intraday trade. But definitely, a positional trader will have a good move on either side. So waiting for a range breakout. If we close below 23,700, it's a STBT. But if we close about 23,800, chances are very thin. Then it's BTST. Until then, it's going to be a thin range.
Okay, thin range is what we could expect the markets to continue to be in right now. Let's also look at the broader markets to see if there are interesting names which have shot up today. Kohinoor Foods is at 20% circuit. Look at One MobiKwik Systems, another 17% surge right there. The stock has shot up above 618. There has been no looking back for MobiKwik since the time it got listed. Substantial returns on the listing day, and it only continues to catapult higher going forward as well. Now let's look at Tips Films. That's another 10% higher in trade, 11% up. That's the one that we also marked in the morning. Apart from this, what else is buzzing is another recently listed stock, International Gemological Institute. That's also up by 9% in trade. Triveni Engineering is up 8.7%. That's also buzzing sharply higher in the broader markets. Then you also have stocks like Greaves Cotton. There is a kind of expectation that a subsidiary could be looking at an IPO, and 8% higher is what the stock is trading at. So some of these stocks that are buzzing. Anything within this broad universe of spaces that you also prefer, Kush?
Definitely, on newly listed stocks, maybe I will wait and watch actually because if you
Yeah.
look at last 6 months history, IPO come, there is a fancy, people buy again, then we see a good breakdown. So look at Ola Electric or maybe Bajaj Housing Finance. So it's better to wait for 2 quarters of new listing. Already, if you are already in, say IPO, you can better hold it for 6 months because generally, there is a 6 months lock-in.
Yeah.
So 6 months there will be some pressure. So it's better to stay away for 6 months from newly listed stocks unless there is some good fundamental. So only Swiggy is the stock which I love to buy after even listing because there is some scope of improvement because they had cut their valuation quite some percentage before listing. So there
Hmm.
is some. So from newly listed stocks, only Swiggy is the stock which I believe you should start investing for long term.
Okay, let's also pull up some more stocks that are buzzing in the broad universe. You have Tata Investment Corporation, 6.5% higher. Remember, there is this news of Tata Capital IPO, and therefore the entire space is buzzing. Amber Enterprises is up about 7%. That also moved up sharply today. Finolex Cables is another one that moved up as well. These were some of the pockets that were buzzing in the trade in the afternoon too. Apart from this, let us look at one more stock that I wanted to look at, and that is within the metals pack. I'm looking at NMDC. Remember, the shares will be trading ex bonus tomorrow. Those having the stock in their portfolios can actually look at this one. Eligibility will be there for 2:1 bonus shares with a record date on December 27. So, if by that day you already have the stock in your demat account, you will be eligible for a bonus. Although the stock is lower in trade today, but keep an eye out on this one. Today is the last day to buy NMDC shares in case you want to be eligible for the bonus. So, you can look at that. The bonus shares will be allotted on December 30th and they will be available for trading from December 31st. So, keep an eye out on that. But remember, in the last 6 months, the stock has also slipped by about 20%. On NMDC, do you have an outlook here, Kush?
If you're a long-term investor, definitely you should, buy NMDC. Long term, I mean, 3 to 4 years, but don't buy it for bonus. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
understand for buying any script on the last day, just before, it is getting X bonus, because price will get half, quantity will get double. So new investor, I don't think will benefit anything from this action. So, but if you're a long-term, if you can hold the stock for 4 to 5 years, NMDC is a good dividend paying company. So definitely you can buy for long term, not for the short term or bonus action.
Correct. So, not for the bonus action, but for the long term, it makes sense to be holding a dividend paying company like this one. What else is buzzing in the Nifty next 50 is Indigo. Smart move there, 4% higher today. 4,618. Let's look at this one, Kush. It's been lying low for a long time now. This entire traffic updates came in for passenger travels as far as aviation is concerned. Those encouraging trends were still there. This sudden move that has come in after a long haul, do you think this will carry on for Indigo?
Yeah, so I just did a good research today morning on Indigo. First,
Okay.
going technically, definitely, it has bounced back from 200-day average, which was at 42.20. So definitely a good buy with the stop loss of 40 to 20 for long term. And there was a myth before a decade that airlines industries have never made money for investors throughout the world. But I think in India it is going to be a different story now. Indigo and Air India are going to have a major market share of 80%. So definitely. And on the other side, if you look at growing traffic passenger, they are going to have a gala time, Air India and Indigo. So definitely, I am buy on Indigo. Avoid SpiceJet, but Indigo can be a multi-bagger, because today if I want to travel from Ahmedabad to say Mumbai, Vande Bharat is around 1800, but I can get a flight for 2500 also. So people are preferring that. So definitely, air travel is going to have a good gala time for next 5 years. Buy Indigo on every dip. 4200 can be a stop loss. I believe 6800 can be a target.
Okay, got that. So there you have it on Indigo. You can definitely look at this space. Now let's look at the sectors that are buzzing. Oil and gas, half odd percent higher in trade. What is buzzing here is GAIL for sure. We'd marked out the stock for our viewers in the morning. IGL, MGL have also picked up pace. They are also both up and about. Gujarat Gas is also improving. Within the oil and gas space, especially these city gas distributors, how are you looking at this space? Remember a few months ago there was this regulatory action that pull down the sentiment across the board right there. Your sense of how should investors be approaching this one now?
No, definitely. If you're a long-term investor and if you've been trapped at a higher level, so taking example of MGL, we should buy at least 20% and average it out at current levels. I believe higher gas prices, this quarter could improve the margins of the city gas distribution. And secondly, this is a good opportunity for long-term investor for a multi-bagger return, because still only urban areas have piped gas lines. If you go to tier one, tier two cities, even mega cities, we have just 60% of market share. So definitely, this is going to have a good 5 year plan. So MGL is my pick from city gas distribution. Of course, IGL is a good stock, but I think MGL good levels and attractive valuations.
Okay, got that. So there you have it. That's the view coming in as far as MGL is concerned. The other one is FMCG. That's also something that I wanted to discuss with you. Kush, some move coming back. It started off with ITC today. Again, there are others. There are also these liquor companies that are buzzing. This year-end consumption always, picks up for liquor products, and therefore all three of them, at least UBL, United Spirits, Radico, they're all up and about today within the FMCG pack. Your sense, do you think this is something, a space that will interest you?
Definitely, this space is always interesting to me, and I believe, the way, social thinking has also changed. I remember maybe 15 years back, as a teenage, if we talk to our parents about having a liquor, it was a barrier. But now this is a common thing. So Gen Z, what we tell, the most consuming age factor, and they spend a lot. I mean, on weekend we can see in the metro cities. So definitely, as a long-term investor, this is again a multi-bagger sector. UBL, I think, is getting at a good price. 200 average was at 1920, and we have bounced back from same level. So if you're a long-term investor, even for you want to invest for next 3 months, markets are looking volatile. This sector could be promising. So 19650 can be a stop loss for short term. Targets are 2200 for the short term, above which gates open for 2800.
Okay, got that. So that's the view coming in on the liquor space. And the mainstream FMCG counters, do you like any of those? ITC, Dabur, Marico, Britannia, they're also showing some bounce.
Definitely two stocks. One is ITC. Definitely, I think demerger has just started off, and I think ITC is a value unlocking stock. So 450 can be a stop loss. ITC is a good buy. Second is Tata Consumer. I believe Tata Consumer has corrected almost 30% from the higher levels, and now it can be a turnaround. The way Starbucks is flourishing all over India, I think 850 can be a stop loss for short term. It's a low beta stock, so maybe 1050 can be your target in the next 2 months. But if you're a long-term investor, 1600 can be your target. Stop loss remains same for both type of investors, 850.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as the FMCG space is concerned. Let's also look at the FNO space. There are some interesting names that are coming and making their presence felt there. RBL Bank is up by about 6.5%. You have Biocon that's up nearly 4% higher in trade. Indigo, Hindustan Copper is also buzzing in trade. Then you also have Tata Chemicals as something that's also buzzing. FNO space is also showing some interesting trends. Biocon is something that I wanted to discuss with you, Kush. What's behind this strong move that's coming in on Biocon? Will this carry on? Should one focus on this?
Maybe I think pharma stocks are just playing a hedge factor. I mean, when markets are looking volatile, they are very expensive bet. I think Biocon is available at 200 average, so maybe algo trades have triggered some buy. 200 average was exactly at 330, but I believe Biocon will pick up momentum only above 357, which is a 50 average. So I still am not a buy on Biocon. Maybe I'll wait for some upside confirmation.
Okay, right. Wait for a buy right here, and till the time some trends are getting interesting. Okay, small caps is something within the broader markets that is showing some strength. What is moving up here? Finolex cables, almost 10% up now. This one we had marked in the afternoon, and then you can actually see the stock further inching higher. Amber Enterprises, 5% higher. Hindustan Copper, about 3% up. This is also in this FNO space. Signature Global, about 3% up. Amara Raja Batteries, Bata India. Then you also have Naveen Fluorine that's up and about. Aegis Logistics. These are the pockets that are buzzing. Small caps में अभी क्या पसंद आ रहा है कुछ?
हाँ, स्मॉल कैप में मुझे आप देखो तो सुजलॉन एक पसंद है.
अच्छा,
आई थिंक सुजलॉन टर्न अराउंड स्टोरी है. 52 के स्टॉप लॉस से. यू कैन बी अ मल्टी बैगर. सो
ठीक है.
you can buy Suzlon for long term. 86 is the target. And second, it's a newly listed platform, Khazanchi Jewelers. Around 633 trade हो रहा है. KHAZA is the code, Khazanchi Jewelers.
Okay.
And I have studied they are into B2B. I mean, into gold. Now they
अच्छा,
are opening up stores in South. They have already 3 stores. Now they are going to have a plan of 15 stores. So I
अच्छा.
believe she is a good multi-bagger stock with a stop loss of 580. Target can be 800 in next 1 year.
Okay, got that. So, Khazansi Jewelers Limited is something that investors can focus on. This one is trading at 627, and this one seems to have some potential. In the last 6 months, the stock has already run up 52-53%, and in the last year to date, the stock has already jumped by 131%. And यहाँ पर कुछ बिलीव करते हैं कि अभी भी यहाँ पर मल्टी बैगर रिटर्न्स कमाने के मौके हैं. तो अगर आप जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी स्पेस में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं तो B2B प्लेयर है ये खजांची ज्वेलर्स, जहाँ पर आप निवेश कर सकते हैं. ये राय मिल रही है हमें कुश की तरफ से. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं कुछ और पॉकेट्स को भी जहां पर हम नज़र रख सकते हैं. टाटा मोटर्स एक बार देखकर बताइए कुछ कैसा लगता है। अभी 2% ऊपर है, टॉप मूवर है आज निफ्टी में भी। ये लगातार एक ड्विंडल होता हुआ स्टॉक हमें दिखा है। 800 का जो रेजिस्टेंस है वो पार नहीं कर पाया और अब तो 750 के नीचे कई दिनों से ट्रेड कर रहा है। अभी क्या ये वापस आएगा या फिर ऐसे ही नैरो रेंज में ट्रेड करता रहेगा, क्या व्यू है?
Definitely, as a disclosure, I have a holding in Tata Motors, but I believe, for long term, it's still a good buy. This is an opportunity for long term investor. Maybe the support is at 590, so maximum downside we can expect is 590. So you can start investing if you miss the rally from 300 to 1100. But for short term, this is the first day of reversal. I won't recommend to chip in right away. Maybe wait for some short covering on say maybe Thursday. So maybe keep it on your watch list until we are above 750. I don't think we are getting any strong momentum.
ओके, गॉट दैट। सो दैट्स द व्यू दैट्स कमिंग इन। अदानी स्टॉक्स में भी आज थोड़ा एक मूव है कुछ देखा जाए तो। अदानी एंटरप्राइजेज 1.5% ऊपर है। साथ में हमें और भी अदानी के स्टॉक्स जो है एक बज़ में नज़र आ रहे हैं। जो पूरा ग्रुप है थोड़ा सा रिकवरी दिखा रहा है। अदानी टोटल कैश हो गया, इसके अलावा विलमार हो गया, कुछ कुछ स्टॉक्स में एक मूव नज़र आ रहा है। क्या लगता है अभी अदानी ग्रुप स्टॉक्स में?
I suggest still stay away from Adani groups.
अच्छा,
Definitely
श्योर।
मैं bias do, but Adani port नजर पे रखिए। अगर वो अभी भी 5% यहाँ से गिरता है तो लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए एडवाइजेबल, बट नॉट एट करंट लेवल्स।
चलिए ठीक है, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल गई है। हमने टाटा मोटर्स का जिक्र किया था और देखिए साथ ही साथ ऑटो स्पेस में अब तेज़ी बढ़ गई है। 0.6% ऊपर है ये इंडेक्स। भारत फोर्ज यहाँ पर है। टाटा मोटर्स के अलावा टीवीएस मोटर में तेज़ी आ रही है, आइशर मोटर भाग रहा है, महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा, अशोक लेलैंड, साथ ही कुछ बैटरी मेकर्स और जो एंसिलरीज हैं जैसे अपोलो टायर्स हो गया, संवर्धन मदरसन, एक्साइड इंडस्ट्रीज, इन सब में भी एक मूव नज़र आ रहा है। कुछ टाटा मोटर्स के अलावा भी कुछ ऑटो या ऑटो एंसिलरी में पसंद आ रहा है अभी आपको?
नहीं, अभी तो मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ। मैं मारुति मेरे रडार पे है, बट मेरे ख्याल से आज इतना मोमेंटम नहीं है वहाँ पे। डाउन साइड मोमेंटम कंटिन्यूड है। ऑटो से लग रहा है कि शायद जो ज्यादा करेक्टेड स्टॉक्स है, टीवीएस मोटर, टाटा मोटर्स, वहाँ पे बाउंस बैक है, बट ओवरऑल मेरे ख्याल से सेल्स तो डाउन ही है। तो वेट एंड वॉच। अभी तेजी की पोजीशन अभी ऑटो सेक्टर में मत बनाए।
Okay, got that. So that's as far as the auto space is concerned. Another space that is buzzing is the NBFC space, Kush. I'll take a view on that, but it's 323. We'll first focus on the BTST, STBT trades, Kush. Anything that you've picked out either on the long or the short side today?
Both the stocks are on the short side, so only HCL Tech. I think we may see some downside on Thursday. We have expiry and we may see profit booking. So 191910 can be a stop loss. So 10 rupees stop loss for STBT. Target on the downside is 1860. Second stock is again a high beta Bharti Airtel. 1584, it's the CMP. So the stop loss around 1600. Target can be anywhere around 1550 to 1540.
Okay, got that. So that is something that we can focus on, and something now that I wanted to discuss with you, the NBFC space. Dhani Services is up 5% today. Indostar is up 4%. Muthoot Capital, Edelweiss, L&T Finance, IFL, Anand Rathi, they're all buzzing in trade. So the entire brokerage house, wealth management space is again buzzing, Kush. Where are you keeping your focus within this space, particularly if I have to ask you to pick out one or two stocks, what will those be?
I will go with the leader, which is CDSL or CAMS. So you pick
Okay.
out any, but business is going to CDSL. So safe bet. CDSL. It is correct in a corrective phase right now. But any dip to 1700 is a good buy. So rather than going to particular broker, I would rather invest in CDSL or CAMS.
Okay, better to invest in CDSL or CAMS because the benefit will go to these players, and while the brokerage houses may have divided attention, this is where all the investors' money coming in could be benefiting. Right, let's look at some more interesting spaces that I can pull out for all our viewers to really see if there is anything interesting in the broader universe. Let me just pull out. Havells is buzzing 0.1% higher, 0.8% up in trade. Zomato is now back into the green, 0.3% higher. IRFC, IRCTC, that's buzzing. So we can discuss maybe railways. Kush, ahead of the budget, do you think railways is a good space to start building in trading positions?
Yes, definitely, but not yet. Maybe after 15th January, we will start building your positions because I believe before that, market is going to be lackluster, or maybe IRFC, we may see around 125 levels also. So, yes, definitely, I will, we will create a position before budget, but not today. We'll discuss it around 12 or 14th January.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. 3:26. We just have 4 minutes to go, viewers. We will start wrapping up the trade. But Kush, let me ask you. Tomorrow is a holiday, but then we will be coming back with pressure of the expiries now. A strategy that you can recommend to all our viewers now.
Maybe, I'm sure all the viewers will be having long positions, either in form of long-term investment. लोग बहुत short नहीं करते इंडिया में, but I suggest to hedge your positions for Thursday. Buy 23,800 puts of Thursday expiry and hedge your portfolio or trading positions.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. All right, Kush, we will thank you then on that note for sharing with us all those thoughts and ideas and various stock suggestions that you've shared with our viewers. Thank you so much for being with us, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, and we'll see you soon again on another edition on Business Today Television. Viewers, we'll start looking at now wrapping up the trade. 327. It's just a 7 point of a decline, absolutely flat, 23,744. Just the last few minutes of pullback from the lowest point of the day is what you have seen. Again, it was as expected that it's not going to be an enthusiastic session, because tomorrow again there will be a holiday, and therefore market volumes could be thinning out too. And remember, we also have Europe shutting faster today. Then US also will have a smaller session as well today, right ahead of Christmas. So the volumes could be thinning out, and therefore you are seeing subdued action on D Street. But autos coming back, that's something that we can focus on. 0.6% higher. Tata Motors, Eicher Motors, the entire space seems to be showing in some strength. M&M is pulling back as well. So we'll see how it carries on. Oil and gas, definitely both OMCs as well as the city gas distributors, they are doing well. FMCG, you have the liquor space that's been doing well. We've discussed that, and even frontline names like ITC Britannia are pulling up. Private banks are also showing some strength towards the end of the session among sectors. RBL Bank definitely outperforming today, although Bandhan Bank also up, ITFC, First Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. But all these 3-4 banks, if you see, they've really underperformed in 2024. Some bounces are returning. Axis Bank, ICICI Federal also with just about 0.2% higher in trade today. So RBL Bank is the top mover as far as the F&O is concerned. Biocon is moving up, Hind Copper, Indigo. That's something that Kush had a positive view on. Tata Chemicals, these are the spaces that are buzzing positively. On the lower side on the F&O, you have Shree Cement, that's down 3.5%. Hutco, that's down 3.2%. Then PB Fintech, JSW Energy, Macrotech developers in the F&O space is seeing some drag. In the PSE space, again you have the oil and gas names that are doing well. Mostly these oil and gas power related stocks clearly that are buzzing. In the F&O space, one MobiKwik Systems definitely outperformed today. Look at 12.5% kind of a surge that's come in on this one. Then apart from this, Aditya Birla Money pulled up 14% higher towards the end of the session. Sharp moves being seen on this one. Aarti Drugs also moved up 11.5%. We did mention Tips Films, that's moved up as well today sharply. Recently listed stock, another one, International Gemological Institute, that's up 9.5%. Axis Cades Technologies is up about 8%. Banco Products 7% higher. Then Greaves Cotton we mentioned about 7% higher. That's as far as the entire space of sharp momentum on the positive side is concerned. Within Nifty Next 50, Indigo was up, ICICI Prudential Life. So some of these life insurance names also coming back in action. We'll focus on this when we open up back on Thursday. So that's as far as how the action was. So the screen shut sharp 23,729. That's where we end today's day at. All right, viewers, we'll wish you well for the upcoming Christmas and New Year. Merry Christmas. May Santa continue to bring in cheer to your portfolios in this year and also in the upcoming year as well. We leave you at that on this edition of Market Today, but do stay tuned. A lot more to catch up on what we've discussed through the course of the day, special conversations on market expectations on 2025 as well as the strategies that you can have on your investment journey. Stay tuned with that and catch up onto all of that beyond the market hours. Thank you so much for being with us. Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your top stock queries from portfolios. Top market experts join in on the show and they advise you on your stock queries as well. In case you're watching this show for the first time, well, welcome, and this is where you can actually send in your questions. The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. Don't forget to mention your name, your location and your contact details so that we can directly